Hi, this is attorney Nicole Christie from the Christie Law Firm, where we work hard to make families stronger. And so today I want to talk to you again about self-improvement, but in the area of mental health. And I know that mental health is sometimes hard to deal with. It's hard to sometimes identify in ourselves and especially in our loved ones. I remember having a relative who I knew something was wrong. Sometimes he would act different or act kind of funny, and I wasn't really sure. And it was hard for me to look at him and say there must be a mental health issue. It wasn't until he was actually hospitalized, then discharged, and he gave me a copy of his discharge paperwork where I saw that he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. It was scary to see that in writing. It was scary to see that it was an actual doctor who had diagnosed him with that and made recommendations for medication. And in that moment, I sat and I realized, you know what, this was something that I missed. I myself, having a history of being with social work and doing the work that I do, it was hard to see that in my own relative. And so what I would encourage you to do is, first of all, get the information. After I learned what it is that was going on with him and what were the recommendations, I was in a better position to support him. I was in a better position to treat him better than I did before, because I just couldn't understand him. Instead of approaching him like he was this big question mark, I now had an answer. And so if you find yourself struggling with any aspect of mental illness, if you think that, how you're functioning and how you're coping each day is starting to interfere with your everyday living, starting to interfere with your relationships, starting to make it difficult, and now DCF is on your doorstep, don't be afraid to get help. Find out what's going on. Follow the recommendations. And again, we're not doing this to make DCF happy. We're not doing this to make a social worker get out of our lives. We're doing this to improve ourselves. And when our families, especially when our children, see that we're making improvements, they will then have some life lessons for themselves to know that when something is wrong, all you have to do is get help. All you have to do is figure out what's wrong, how to fix it, and then follow through. And I know these steps may seem simple in just how I'm saying them. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of acknowledgement on your part. It takes a lot of work to actually work through some of those deeper issues, but it's all worth it. It's similar to when you have some kind of injury and you're going to the hospital and you've got, say, a bullet wound. You can sit there and put some gauze on it and put some bandages on it, maybe even take morphine to see if it'll go away. But at some point, you're gonna have to deal with the bullet wound. At some point, you might have to go into surgery to remove the bullet. But after you do that, after you go through all of that initial pain of the surgery and aftercare, years down the line, your life is going to be better because you no longer have this bullet wound. So in seeing mental health, sometimes it's a bullet wound, sometimes it's a scrape, sometimes it's something that, is interfering with your everyday life. Whatever it is not something to be ashamed of. It is not something to hold your head down about. It is something for you to say, you know what? I'm going to get help for myself. I'm going to get help from my children. I'm going to get help from my relatives. And so I just encourage us to, in the area of self-improvement, we might be working out at the gym, trying to eat better, but also making sure that your mental health is okay, making sure that you're able to function day to day. We're going to have highs, we're going to have lows, but if you find that you have a lot more lows than you do highs, it might be time to get some help. So if you need some more information regarding mental health in your area, please give us a call. We'll at least try to find, someone in the area, or at least guide you on how to do your search on Google. We do have some experience with working with individuals with mental health issues, know of some facilities that are better than others. But please don't try to do this on your own. Get some help, get some support, and just know that mental illness is something that we all sometimes struggle with from time to time, but all we need to do is sit down and figure out how best to help. So if you want to hear some more information about DCF and what we do here at the law firm, please look at some of our other videos or even contact us if you so choose. Take care. Bye-bye.